Hello everyone. So in the last video we discussed the questions on limits, right? So I hope you have solved those questions. So now here we are going to discuss the questions on continuity and differentiability. So in this video I am taking the questions on continuity which have appeared in the JEE Mains 2021. Again, some very good questions selected from 21 paper. Okay, so let's start the first question. If the function fx, which is equal to cos of sin x minus cos x upon x raised to 4, is continuous at each point in the domain, and f of 0 is equal to 1 by k, then what is the value of k? Right? This is the question. So if the question says this function is continuous at x equal to 0, you can see here this function, if you have to make this function continuous at x equal to 0, what is the condition? Limit x approaches 0, fx should be equal to f of 0, then this will be continuous at x equal to 0. Now f of 0, this is given as 1 by k, that means this should be equal to 1 by k. So ultimately question kya ho gaya? You just find the limit of this, then you can easily find the value of k. Now what is limit? Limit x approaches 0, this is cos of sin x minus cos x divided by x raised to 4. You have to find this limit. Okay, now how will you find this limit? You can see here, if you apply, this is cos c minus cos d. You know what is cos c minus cos d? This is limit x approaches 0. Cos c minus cos d is 2 sin c plus d by 2. So this is sin x plus x by 2. You can see this is cos c minus cos d, 2 sin c plus d by 2. Sin d minus c by 2. So this is x minus sin x divided by 2. This is the formula for this is upon x raised to 4. This is the formula for cos t minus cos t. Now if you just observe here, as x is approaching to 0, this value is approaching to 0, this value is approaching to 0, right? So if I just multiply numerator and denominator, x plus sin x by 2, x minus sin x by 2, just multiply and divide by x plus sin x by 2, x minus sin x by 2. Now why I am doing this? This is x minus sin x by 2, right? Now you see here, as x approaches 0, this is sin t upon t, where t is approaching to 0. So this term, this limit will become 1. Similarly, this limit will also be 1, because this is sin t upon t, where this theta, this angle is approaching to 0. So this is 1. So this effectively, this is 2 also cancel ho jayega. This is limit x approaches 0. Now you see we have 1 by 2, ये तो constant है. This is x plus sin x divide by x, right, into x minus sin x divide by x cube. Check this step. We have this 1 by 2, which is constant. We have this x plus sin x upon x, and this is x minus sin x upon x cube. This x raised to 4 ko I have written this. Now see here, I hope you remember this limit. If you don't, please remember this. This is one very important for many objective questions. You will find this limit very useful. Just remember this: limit x approaches 0, x minus sin x upon x cube. This is a very important result. You will find many questions. You can directly solve the question by using this limit. You can clearly see what is this limit. If I use L'Hopital here, this is 1 minus cos x upon 3x square, correct? And we know x approaches 0, but this is 1 by 2. So the limit of this is 1 by 6. Just remember this. You can apply expansions also and find this. So I highly recommend this, that you remember this x minus sin x upon x cube, which is equal to 1 by 6. And now you see, what is this? This is 1 by 2. And you can see here, this is 1 plus sin x by x. And this is x minus sin x upon x cube. And we have limit x approaches 0. And now you see, x approaches 0 pe, this is 1 by 2 into, this is 1 plus 1, that is 2. And what is this? This is 1 by 6. I hope this is clear. Sin x upon x, x approaches 0, this is 1. So this is 2. and this 2 and 2 will be cancelled. So what is the final answer? This is equal to 1/6. So this limit x approaches 0 पे ये क्या आ गया? This is 1/6 and this should be equal to f of 0. That is, this is equal to 1/k. So what is the value of k? K is equal to 6. So this is how we can solve this. If you don't remember this result, you can use the expansion to solve this question. Again, the expansion में थोड़ा time लगेगा, so it's always better to remember these standard type of limits. Okay, so this is the easy question, right? Now let's talk about the next question. So again, you see here we have a and b are real numbers. B is not equal to 0. It is given in the question. Define a function. We have defined the function here. The question is, if the function is continuous at x equal to 0, then what is the value of 10 minus ab? Okay, so basically you have to find the values of a and b, and accordingly you will find this value. Now it is given that this function is continuous at x equal to 0. What is the condition here? What is the condition for continuity? Limit x approaches 0 plus fx should be equal to limit x approaches 0 minus fx. This should be equal to f of 0. The condition for function to be continuous at x equal to 0. We have piecewise defined function. 0 plus per we have one function, 0 minus per we have another function, right? So now let's check this. What is limit x approaches 0 minus fx? Now x approaches 0 minus per which function you will take? 0 minus matlab the values which are less than 0. That means we will take this part. So what is this? This is limit x approaches 0 minus a sine pi by 2 x minus 1. Now you can clearly see x approaches 0 minus p. This is not an indeterminate form. कोई भी indeterminate form नहीं है. You can directly say, if I put x is equal to 0, what is this? This is a sine. If I put x is equal to 0, this will become minus 1. So this will become minus pi by 2, and sine minus pi by 2 is minus 1. So what is this value? Minus a. So that left hand limit x approaches 0 minus, that is left hand limit, is equal to minus a. Correct? Now what is limit x approaches 0 plus? That is right hand limit. This is left hand limit and this is right hand limit x equal to 0. So what is this? This is fx. What is 0 plus per function? This is the function. So you can see this is limit x approaches 0 plus. This is tan 2x minus sine 2x divided by b x cube. This is the function, correct? Now see, how will you find this limit? You can see here, this is limit x approaches 0. Sin x upon cos x, इसको sin x upon cos x कर देते हैं. This is sin 2x divided by cos 2x minus sin 2x divided by b x cube, right? And now you see, this is, you can write limit x approaches 0 plus. This is limit x approaches 0 plus. If I take LCM, you can clearly see this is sin 2x 1 minus cos 2x divided by cos 2x and b x cube. This is the expression. Now we have to find the limit of this. How will you find this? You can see here, this I can say limit x approaches 0 plus. Now see, for this sin 2x, we require denominator limit 2x. So you can see this is sin 2x divided by 2x. We will adjust all the constants. First you understand this. Now for 1 minus cos 2x, we know 1 minus cos x upon x square. This is equal to 1 by 2 if x approaches 0. You can directly use this result, right? So now see, if you have cos 2x, we require denominator limit 2x square. So you can say this is 1 minus cos 2x upon, I am making, this is 2x square. अब आप कांस्टेंट को एडजस्ट करो. देखो x क्यूब तो हो ही गया है, x और x स्क्वायर मिलकर x क्यूब हो गया. We have b, ये b, करेक्ट. अब डिनोमिनेटर में we have 4 into 2, that is 8. 8 हमने एक्स्ट्रा बनाया है. So now we can multiply here 8. You can check this. This expression and this expression are now same. And now what is the limit? You can see here, this limit is equal to 1. x approaches 0 पे, this is sin x by x, sin t by t. This is equal to 1 by 2. Correct? 1 minus cos t upon t square, x t approaches 0. 2x क्या होगा? Approaching to 0. So what is this limit? You can see here. This is 1 by 2. ये तो 1 हो गया, ये 1 by 2 into 8 और डिनोमिनेटर में b है. So what is this? This is 4 by b. This limit is 4 by b. So you can see I have got the limit 4 by b. So now you see we have, what is this? What is left hand limit? This is minus a. What is right hand limit? This is 4 by b. 4 by b. And what is the value x equal to 0? You can see x is equal to 0 पे same value आएगा, which is minus a. So from this you can clearly see what is a into b. You can clearly see what is ab. Ab is equal to minus 4. AB is equal to minus 4. You can see cross multiply कर दो. AB is equal to minus 4. Now if AB is equal to minus 4, what is the answer? This is equal to 14. 10 plus 4, which is equal to 14. So this is the answer for this question. Easy question, and the only thing is you have to just remember this. You have to just solve this limit. Now one more point here. In the previous question, I gave you one very important limit, x minus sin x upon x cube is equal to 1 by 6. Also remember this, limit x approaches 0. X minus tan x upon x cube. ये भी आप याद रखिए. This is one very important limit. Again, you can see here, this is 1 minus, if I differentiate this, sec square x upon 3x square. इसको आप चेक करेंगे, cos x इसको 1 by cos square x करके, you will find this is equal to minus 1 by 3. So this is again one very important limit, 1 by 6 and minus 1 by 3. Now see, for this question, I can apply the same thing here. You can see here, I'll give you one more method here. You have to find this limit. Can we say this is 2x minus tan x, tan 2x, minus 2x minus, sorry, 2x, wait. You can say this is 2x tan 2x minus 2x minus sin 2x minus 2x upon x cube upon x cube. You can check this expression. I can write this, right? Just adding and subtracting 2x. Now you can see here, if I multiply and divide by 8 here, so this will become, this is 8 and this will become 2x ka cube. Same here, 8 से multiply or divide किया, this will become 2x का. Now you can see this is t minus tan t upon t cube. तो उसका वैल्यू क्या है? minus 1 by 3. तो यहाँ पे क्या हो जाएगा? 1 by 3. And accordingly you can check this value also, 1 by 6 के corresponding, and simplify this. तो उससे भी आप इसको solve करोगे, you'll get the answer. Or otherwise, this is how we can solve this. ठीक है? So वो दोनों limits are very important. You can check the calculation by using the same thing here. ठीक है? So I hope this is clear. Now let's move to the next question. Now this one is little interesting question. You can see here, if alpha is any real number such that fx is equal to cos inverse 1 minus fractional x sin inverse 1 minus fractional x upon fractional x minus x cube, where x is not equal to 0, and this is alpha if x is equal to 0. This is when x is not equal to 0. This is alpha when x is equal to 0. Is continuous at x equal to 0, where this is fractional x, then you have to find the value of alpha, and option is also there is no alpha which exists. So again, if this function is continuous at x equal to 0, LHL RHL should be equal to the value at x equal to 0. So limit x approaches 0 plus fx should be equal to limit x approaches 0 minus fx should be equal to f of 0. What is f of 0? This is equal to alpha. Whatever. Now we have to just find the limits RHL and LHL. So first thing you observe, what is RHL here? So this is, if I find the right hand limit, this is limit x approaches 0 plus fx. Okay, this is 0, limit x approaches 0 plus fx. Now see, fractional x, अगर x approaches 0 plus a, so can we say fractional x will be equal to x only? Fractional x will be equal to x because this fractional x is what? X minus box x, and box x will be 0 when x is 0 plus, because 0 plus पे box का value क्या होगा? 0. Correct? So can we say this function will become cos inverse? This will become 1 minus x square, and this is sin inverse 1 minus x divided by what is this? What is this? This is x minus x square, x cube. ये आपके पास function है. So what is limit x approaches 0 plus? This is, you can write cos inverse 1 minus x square, and this is sin inverse 1 minus x divided by x minus x square. करेक्ट? और इसको थोड़ा और सिंप्लीफाई कर सकते हैं. दिस इज बेसिकली दिस इज x 1 minus x square आएगा, which is 1 plus x into 1 minus x. Now x approaches 0 plus पे पहले तो देख लो which values are finite non-zero values. So you can see here x approaches 0 plus पे this is sin inverse 1. Sin inverse 1 x equal to 0 पुट कर दिया. Sin inverse 1 is pi by 2. तो ये तो कोई प्रॉब्लम भी नहीं इसको, तो दिस इज नॉन जीरो pi by 2. x approaches 0 पे ये भी 1 है, इसको कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं. दिस इज 1, इसको कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं. So effectively this is limit x approaches 0 plus पे this is cos inverse 1 minus x square. What is this? Pi by 2, and ये 1, so this is by x और ये into pi by 2. Now what is the limit x approaches 0 plus पे इस फंक्शन का? ये हमारा क्वेश्चन हो गया. ठीक है. अब x approaches 0 plus you can clearly see this is cos inverse. What is x approaches 0 पे? What is this value? Cos inverse 1. What is cos inverse 1? Cos inverse 1 is 0. So this is a 0 by 0 form. This is a 0 by 0 form. अब how will you find this limit? इसको find करने के भी again there are different ways. You can see here. One way is you can put x is equal to sin theta. उस टाइप solve कर सकते हो. Otherwise, what you can do is you can directly differentiate this. What is this? This is limit x approaches 0 plus. We are applying L'Hopital. ठीक है. This is pi by 2. ये तो constant ही है. This derivative is 1. और इसका differentiate करोगे, this is 1 upon under root of 1 minus x square का square. चेक कर लो. ठीक है. Differentiate किया हमने x approaches 0 plus पे. This is you can check एक second. This is 1 upon minus 1 upon under root of 1 minus x square into 2x, और minus 2x हो जाएगा तो ये plus 2x. So this is the limit. This is the function. Correct? So now if I simplify this, this is limit x approaches 0 plus this is 2x upon, इसको आप सिंप्लीफाई करेंगे तो यू कैन सी हियर दिस इज 1 तो कैंसिल हो जाएगा. दिस विल बिकम, एक काम करते हैं इसको पूरा सिंप्लीफाई कर देते हैं. वन माइनस प्लस x raised to 4 minus 2x square into pi by 2. एक बार कैलकुलेशन चेक कर लीजिए. दिस इज 2x, वो माइनस माइनस प्लस हो गया, एंड दिस इज 1 माइनस x raised to 4 minus 2x square. ठीक है. सो दिस इज, नाउ यू कैन सी दिस इज लिमिट x approaches 0 plus. इसका आप देखो ये 1 और 1 कैंसिल हो जाएगा. दिस विल बिकम 2x अपॉन, you can see here this will become under root of x raised to 4, that is minus हो जाएगा 2x square minus x raised to 4 into pi by 2. And now you see this is limit x approaches 0 plus पे x square cancel हो गया. This is 2 upon under root of 2 minus x square. Correct? This is x square common ले लो, x cancel हो जाएगा. This will be into pi by 2 also, into pi by 2. And now x approaches 0 पे this is cancel, ये cancel हो गया. This is pi by root 2. So the limit at x approaches 0 plus for this function is pi by 2. तो अभी तो सिर्फ एक पार्ट हुआ है, ठीक है. Now ये अपना हो गया क्या, RHL. Now we will find the LHL. तो उसको हम separately चेक कर लेते हैं. What is LHL? We have limit x approaches 0 minus cos inverse 1 minus fractional x square. You can see we have this function cos inverse 1 minus fractional x square into sin inverse 1 minus fractional x upon fractional x minus fractional x का cube. So this is the function we have. Now as x approaches 0 minus, अब आप ध्यान से देखो, x approaches 0 minus पे fractional x क्या लिखोगे? Fractional x क्या होता है? This is x minus box x. And x approaches 0 minus पे box x का वैल्यू क्या हो जाएगा? This will be equal to -1. 0 minus पे box x will be equal to -1. So this will become x plus 1. So I can say here this is limit x approaches 0 minus. This will be cos inverse 1 minus, I can write this is 1 plus x का whole square. Correct? This is sin inverse 1 minus 1 plus x divided by 1 plus x minus 1 plus x cube. So what we have done is x approaches 0 minus पे fractional x we have replaced x plus 1. Now we will simplify this. So this is limit x approaches 0 minus. अब पहले तो ये देखो what can be the values जिसको हम, अच्छा पहले इसको सिंप्लीफाई कर देते हैं. देखो x approaches 0 minus पे ये जो वैल्यू है this will become 0. 0 पुट करोगे तो ये 1 हो जाएगा, 1 minus 1 0. And cos inverse 0 is pi by 2. तो ये तो नॉन जीरो फाइनाइट वैल्यू आएगा, तो इसको तो सिंप्लीफाई करने की जरूरत ही नहीं. दिस इज pi by 2 क्योंकि ये नॉन जीरो वैल्यू हो जाएगा. दिस इज sin inverse minus x. And now if you simplify this, you can see here 1 plus x common हो जाएगा. This is 1 minus 1 plus x का whole square. All this can be further simplified to pi by 2 sin inverse x. ये minus बाहर कर दो because minus of sin inverse of minus x is minus sin inverse x. You can further simplify this. This is 1 plus x, a minus b, a plus b. So this will become 2 plus x. 2 plus x and 1 minus 1 minus 1 plus x, which is minus x. Now as x approaches 0, you can see here x approaches 0 पे sin inverse x by x is equal to 1. Correct? X approaches 0, sin inverse x by x is equal to 1. Standard limit. So what is this value? ये minus और ये minus cancel हो गया. This is pi by 2. ये limit 1 हो गया. This is equal to 2. So basically this will become 4. ये 2 बन गया, pi by 4. So what is this RHL? This is pi by 4. Correct? Sorry, LHL. This is pi by 4. Now see, in this function RHL we got pi by root 2. Right? Right hand limit we got pi by root 2, and this value, that is LHL, we got this is equal to pi by 4. This is pi by root 2. What is the value of alpha? I cannot define any value because they are not equal. मतलब function का limit exist नहीं कर रहा है, तो function का continuity कैसे possible है, right? So that means there is no such value of alpha such that this function is a continuous function at x equal to 0. ठीक है? Because RHL ही same नहीं है, तो how can you find the value of function continuous? Limits तो कम से कम same हो continuity के लिए, right? So this is the answer. Now next question. See, maximum जो limit continuity के question में problem जो आएगा, that will be in box function, fractional function. तो उसको आप deal करने में ध्यान रखो, ठीक है? In this question, just denote the box value, and you have to find the number of points of the function is not continuous at how many points. What are the points of discontinuity you have to find? Okay. So now see, wait, this function you can clearly see. I can define this fx. This is equal to box x square minus 1. I can say this is sine of pi by box x plus 3 minus. This is box of x minus 1 because box of x plus 1, box of x plus n is same as box of x plus n. Now see, here you have boxes, here you have boxes, here you have boxes, here you have modulus. So what we can do is minus 2 से 2 में we can define this function. I can say we can write here that because box x function changes its definition at integers. So what you can do is I can define this function 2 to 1, then 1 to because box x function define कर रहे हैं तो देखो 1 पे यहाँ पे इक्वलिटी कर दो 0 because box of 0 is 0, then 0 to minus 1 and 1 sorry minus 1 to minus 2. 2 और minus 2 पे it's open because यहाँ पे question में it's open here. Correct है? This is clear. Integers जब हमने break कर दिया, this is the standard way to define the box function. तो वो box function define करने के लिए हमने ऐसा define किया, ठीक है? 0 से 1, 1 से 2, minus 1 से 0 और minus 2 to 1, minus 1. Now, if I say x is between 1 and 2, what is this function fx? If x is between 1 and 2, box x का value will be equal to 1. So this is 1 only. And x square minus 1, this will be positive value or negative value. If x is between 1 and 2, we know, देखो x square minus 1 positive कहाँ पे होगा? X between x belongs to minus infinity to minus 1 union 1 to infinity. मतलब 1 से 2 के बीच में this will be a positive number. आप वैसे भी check भी कर सकते हो. You can take any value and check this. So this will become box of x is 1. This is positive. So this is x square minus 1 plus this will become pi by 3. You can say x equal to x अगर 1 से 2 के बीच में box x का value 1 हो जाएगा तो this is pi by 4. This will become pi by 4. और ये pi by 4 हो गया. pi by 4 sin pi by 4 is 1 by root 2. तो ये 1 by root 2 बना दो. This is minus 1. This is 1. तो ये basically क्या बन गया? minus 2. करेक्ट? तो ये फंक्शन डिफाइन हो गया किसके बीच में? 1 से 2 के बीच में. फिर if I take function in between 0 and 1, तो box between 0 and 1 क्या होगा? 0. तो ये टर्म तो 0 हो जाएगा. What is this? Sin pi by 3. Sin 60 that is root 3 by 2. ठीक है? And now between 0 and 1 this is 0. So what is this? This is minus 1. So between 0 and 1 this is root 3 minus 1. What is fx? In this interval minus 1 and 0. तो minus 1 और 0 के बीच में क्या होगा? देखो minus 1 and 0 के बीच में this value is box of x is minus 1. So this is minus 1. ठीक है? x square minus 1 जो होगा that will be x square minus 1 जो होगा that will be a negative value. minus 1 और 0 के बीच में कोई value रखोगे तो ये value क्या आएगा? Negative value. So this will become 1 minus x square. Right? This value will be negative value. तो इसको 1 minus x square लिख दो positive बना के. This will become sin. अब ये box x will be minus 1. तो ये बन गया sin pi by 2. Sin pi by 2 is 1. What is this? This is minus 1. तो ये minus minus plus. ये plus minus 1. So you can see here what is this expression? ये तो cancel हो गया. यहाँ से ये भी cancel हो जाएगा. This will become x square. ठीक है? और last में if you have x between minus 2 and 1, minus 2 और 1 के बीच में box x का value will be minus 2. तो ये minus 2. अब minus 2 से minus 1 के बीच में this number is a positive number. So this is x square minus 1. मॉडुलस को रिमूव कर दिया. ठीक है? This value will be minus 2. तो minus 2 plus 1 ये pi बन जाएगा. देखो minus 2 plus 3 1 sin pi is 0. फिर ये value minus 2 तो ये plus 2 and this is minus 1. I hope this is clear. So basically between 1 and 2 you can see this function is x square plus 1 by root 2 minus 3. X square plus 1 by root 2 minus 3 between 1 and 2. Between 0 and 1 this is root 3 minus 1. Root 3 by 2 minus 1. Between minus 1 and 0, minus 1 and 0 this is equal to x square. And between minus 2 and minus 1 you can see but between minus 2 and minus 1 को simplify कर लेते हैं. This is minus 2x square plus 2 plus 2 minus 1. तो ये क्या हो गया? 4 minus 1 that is 3. So this is minus 2x square plus 3. ठीक है? So we have defined this function. अब आपको क्या चेक करना है? Continuity चेक करना है. तो you can see these function itself are continuous, we have to just check the points जहाँ पे function का definition change हो रहा है, that is the point जहाँ पे function क्या हो सकता है, discontinuous हो सकता है, because otherwise तो ये function continuous है, this is continuous, this is continuous, this is continuous, तो बाकी points check करने की जरूरत ही नहीं, you just check the points where the function is changing its definition, तो वो तो orally आप check कर सकते हैं. 1 प्लस पे इसका लिमिट क्या होगा, देखो 1 प्लस पे इसका लिमिट विल बी 1 प्लस 1 बाय रूट 2 माइनस 3, 1 प्लस मतलब यहाँ पर होगा, ठीक है, और 1 माइनस पे इसका वैल्यू क्या है, 1 माइनस पे इसका वैल्यू है रूट 3 माइनस 1. अभी चेक करो क्या ये दोनों वैल्यूज इक्वल है, नहीं है, ठीक है, मतलब x इज इक्वल टू 1 इज अ पॉइंट ऑफ डिसकंटिन्यूटी. फिर आ गए आप 0 पे, अब 0 के अराउंड 0 पे 0 प्लस पे दिस इज द फंक्शन, 0 माइनस पे दिस इज 0, तो अगेन 0 पे भी क्या हो रहा है, देखो दोनों सेम नहीं है, मतलब 0 इज आल्सो द पॉइंट ऑफ डिसकंटिन्यूटी. फिर क्या करेंगे, -1 पे चेक करेंगे, -1 के प्लस पे, -1 प्लस पे दिस इज द फंक्शन, -1 के ऊपर की वैल्यू इसके लिए देखो ये फंक्शन है, तो -1 प्लस पे व्हाट इज दिस वैल्यू, दिस इज 0, और -1 माइनस पे देखो दिस वैल्यू, अब ये वैल्यू 1 और इसका ध्यान से देखो दिस वैल्यू इज आल्सो 1, x इज इक्वल टू -1 माइनस पे देखोगे दिस इज आल्सो इक्वल टू 1, ये भी 1 है, ये भी 1 है, LHL RHL at -1 both are equal, मतलब x is equal to -1 is not a discontinuous point. So what are the points of discontinuity? Only 2 points, that is 1 and 0. एक बार चेक कर सकते हैं, 1 प्लस 1 माइनस पे लिमिट, 0 प्लस 0 माइनस पे लिमिट, -1 प्लस और -1 माइनस पे लिमिट, दे आर -1 -1 और -1 प्लस और -1 माइनस पे लिमिट सेम है, बाकी 1 और 0 पे चेक वैल्यूज, लिमिटिंग वैल्यूज सेम नहीं है, ठीक है. सो दीज आर द पॉइंट्स ऑफ डिसकंटिन्यूटी, दैट इज देयर आर ओनली 2 पॉइंट्स ऑफ डिसकंटिन्यूटी, 0 and 1. So this is how we can solve this question. Now next question is, f is a function defined from R to R which is defined by this, then you have to find that function is discontinuous at integer points or not. Basically you have to comment on the continuity of this function. The first thing you can observe here, this is we have fx, this is equal to box of x minus 1 into cos 2x minus 1 by 2 into pi, correct. Now first thing is, what are the doubtful points, what is the meaning, भाई what are the doubtful points of this function, जिन points पे आपको doubt करना चाहिए, जिन पे आपको check करना चाहिए. You can see this function is always continuous, this is always continuous, but this function has problem, this function has, this is discontinuous at x integers, because box x is a discontinuous function at integer points. तो इस पूरे फंक्शन के लिए डाउटफुल पॉइंट्स क्या हुए, डाउटफुल पॉइंट जहां पे आपको चेक करने की जरूरत है दैट इज इंटीजर, बाकी सब पॉइंट्स पे क्या होगा, दिस इज कंटीन्यूअस इनटू कंटीन्यूअस इज अ कंटीन्यूअस फंक्शन, सो यू हैव टू जस्ट चेक द फंक्शन एट इंटीजर पॉइंट्स, उसी में आपका क्वेश्चन सॉल्व हो जाएगा, ठीक है. नाउ सी, इफ आई टेक एनी इंटीजर x इज इक्वल टू लेट्स से i, x इज इक्वल टू k, हमको क्योंकि इंटीजर पे ही चेक करना है बस, ठीक है. सो वी हैव अ डिसकंटीन्यूअस फंक्शन इनटू कंटीन्यूअस फंक्शन. Now what is if you have function fx into gx, this function let's say this is discontinuous and this function this is continuous, then discontinuous into continuous we cannot directly say anything, it may be continuous, it may be discontinuous. But if you remember this point, there is one very important shortcut for this. Let's say if you have at x equal to a, this function is discontinuous, this function is let's say continuous, and the limits of this LHL RHL, the function discontinuous है उसकी जो limits है left hand limit and right hand limit at x equal to a, वो finite है, वो क्या है, finite है. fx की x is equal to a पे right hand limit left hand limit finite है. Then always remember this, if g of a is equal to 0, मतलब जो function continuous है अगर उसका value 0 हो गया x is equal to a पे, तो ये जो पूरा फंक्शन होगा that will be a continuous function at x equal to a, और अगर ये g of a not 0 होगा then this function will be a discontinuous function at x equal to a. ये पूरा फंक्शन जो होगा fx into gx will be discontinuous at x equal to a. Very important point, ठीक है. एक बार फिर सुन लो, if you have any function fx into gx, one function is discontinuous, other function is continuous at x equal to a. अब x is equal to a पे अगर जो function discontinuous है उसकी राइट हैंड लिमिट लेफ्ट हैंड लिमिट फाइनाइट है, ठीक है, then fx into gx will be a continuous function at x equal to a if g of a is equal to 0. मतलब जो function continuous था उसका value अगर 0 है then this will be a continuous function, else this will be a discontinuous function. और अब इसी चीज को हम यहाँ पे देखो कैसे यूज कर सकते हैं. भाई ये बॉक्स एक्स है, बॉक्स एक्स एलएचएल आरएचएल हमेशा फाइनाइट होती है, करेक्ट. तो दिस कंडीशन इज सेटिस्फाइड, राइट हैंड लिमिट लेफ्ट हैंड लिमिट हमेशा क्या होंगी, फाइनाइट होंगी किसी भी इंटीजर पे, करेक्ट. दिस फंक्शन इज ऑलवेज कंटीन्यूअस. तो इफ लेट्स से यू टेक एनी इंटीजर x इज इक्वल टू k, लेट्स से यू टेक एनी इंटीजर x इज इक्वल टू k जिसपे हम चेक करते हैं, ठीक है, where k is an integer, ठीक है. now at the points where this function, जो function continuous था उसका वैल्यू 0 हो गया, उन्हीं पॉइंट पे ये पूरा फंक्शन क्या बनेगा, कंटीन्यूअस बनेगा. तो नाउ सी वी हैव 2x minus 1 डिवाइड बाय 2 पाई, ठीक है. वी हैव cos 2x minus 1 pi by 2. I want this to be 0 at what value k, x equal to k. अब अगर ये टर्म 0 होना है that means 2k minus 1 pi by 2 should be some 2n minus 1 pi by 2. कोई odd multiple of pi by 2 होना चाहिए, correct. Now this you can see ये cancel हो गया, this is also cancelled, so k is any integer, correct. मतलब क्या हुआ, for every integer value of k, for every integer value of k, for every integer value of x, this number will always be equal to 0. This function will always be equal to 0. You can see here आप x का कोई भी integer value put करोगे, this is odd multiple of pi by 2 and odd multiple of pi by 2 पे cos theta क्या होता है, 0 होता है. That means this product function will always be a continuous function at every integer value, ठीक है. और बाकी में तो already continuous था, तो मतलब क्या हुआ, this function will be a continuous function at all points. So what is the answer? This is continuous for every real value of x. This is how you can use this shortcut. Very important. Again, I'll explain this. Doubtful points थे x is equal to integer point, correct. अब integer points पे इसकी जो लिमिट है, जो फंक्शन डिसकंटिन्यूअस है, that is RHL, LHL are finite values. And you can clearly see जो भी आप इंटीजर लोगे उस पे इस फंक्शन का वैल्यू 0 हो जाएगा, because this is actually an odd multiple of pi by 2 if x is equal to some integer. और अगर ये वैल्यू 0 हो गया मतलब ये पूरा फंक्शन जो है that will be a continuous function. So that is why this function is continuous for every real value of x. So I hope this point is clear to you. Now let's move to the next question. Now here we have to discuss the continuity. See, f and g are defined, b are defined, where a and b are some non-negative real numbers. If g of fx, now we have to talk about the composition, okay. G of fx is continuous for all x, then you have to find the value of a plus b. Now first you understand this, we have to check the continuity of g of fx function, okay. Now if g of fx has to be continuous, you can see here first fx has to be continuous. fx को तो आपको continuous बनाना पड़ेगा, तो first you can see here fx, if this function fx has to be continuous, देखो ये तो हमेशा कंटिन्यूअस होगा, x plus a, मॉडुलस x minus is मॉडुलस of x minus 1 is always continuous function. तो इसको आपको किस पॉइंट पे कंटिन्यूअस बनाना पड़ेगा, the point at which this is changing its definition. तो for continuity of fx सिर्फ आपको x is equal to 0 पे कंटिन्यूअस बनाने की जरूरत है, करेक्ट. So what is this, limit x approaches 0 plus fx should be equal to limit x approaches 0 minus fx. This should be equal to f of 0 for continuity of function fx. Now see, what is 0 plus limit? 0 प्लस पे ये क्या हो जाएगा, 0 प्लस पे यू विल हैव दिस फंक्शन, तो दिस विल बी इक्वल टू 1, कोई इंडिटरमिनेसी नहीं है, डायरेक्टली 0 पुट कर दो। व्हाट इज 0 माइनस पे लिमिट, 0 माइनस पे ये वाला फंक्शन बनेगा, तो 0 प्लस a दैट इज a, एंड व्हाट इज f ऑफ 0, यू कैन सी दिस इज इक्वल टू 1, मतलब a का वैल्यू तो आपको डायरेक्टली मिल गया, a का वैल्यू तो आपको डायरेक्टली मिल गया। अब आपको सिर्फ b फाइंड करना है। नाउ भाई देखो, now we have to comment on g of fx, we have to make function g of fx continuous function। gx function जो है, this function is always continuous, this function is always continuous, you can see polynomials are always continuous, and gx is changing its definition, gx is changing its definition at x equal to 0। now see, अगर आपको g of fx को continuous बनाना है, g of, understand this point, this is the most important part, how to apply the continuity for composite function, ठीक है। if you have to make this function g of fx continuous, मतलब fx फंक्शन जहां पे 0 होगा वहां पे आपको इस फंक्शन को कंटिन्यूस बनाना पड़ेगा, बिकॉज g जो फंक्शन है उसके लिए, इस फंक्शन के लिए इनपुट क्या है, fx, तो fx जहां पे 0 होगा आपको उस पॉइंट पे इस फंक्शन को कंटिन्यूस बनाना पड़ेगा, then this g of fx will be continuous, because gx फंक्शन का जो you can say कंटिन्यूटी है, मतलब डेफिनेशन है this changing at x equal to 0, बाकी पे तो प्रॉब्लम है ही नहीं। तो now what is the point fx equal to 0, अब fx 0 कहां पर होगा, हमने a का वैल्यू तो 1 फाइंड कर ही लिया है, इसको मैं 1 पुट कर देता हूं, ठीक है। what is x is equal to 0 पे वैल्यू, सॉरी fx 0 कहां पर होगा, fx equal to 0 या तो x plus 1 0 हो, या फिर मॉडुलस ऑफ x minus 1 equal to 0 हो। ये देखो, now x plus 1 equal to 0 मतलब x is equal to minus 1, अब x is equal to minus 1 इसमें एक्सेप्टेबल है, अब इसके करस्पॉन्डिंग क्या है, x is equal to 1, x is equal to 1, x is equal to 1 पे फंक्शन क्या है, 0 है। तो आपको इन दोनों पॉइंट्स पे क्या करना पड़ेगा, फंक्शन को कंटिन्यूस बनाना पड़ेगा। एक बार फिर चेक कर लो, x is equal to 1 पे देखो ये 0 है, और x is equal to minus 1 पे भी फंक्शन fx is equal to 0 है, ठीक है। so now we have to make the function continuous at these points, ठीक है। तो आप कैसे बनाएंगे, देखो x is equal to 1, एक सेकेंड एक बार चेक कर लेते हैं कैलकुलेशन, fx is equal to 0, x minus 1 is equal to 0, that is x is equal to 1, और x plus 1 equal to 0, that is x is equal to minus 1, correct, हाँ बराबर। so now see, if I say we have g of fx, I want to make this function continuous at x equal to 1, इसका मतलब क्या हुआ, g of f of 1 plus should be equal to g of f of 1 minus, this should be equal to g of f of 1, ठीक है, करेक्ट। नाउ f of 1 plus, what is the value of f of 1 plus, f of 1 plus का वैल्यू देखो, 1 plus मतलब यहाँ पर होगा, ठीक है। अब 1 plus पे इसका वैल्यू क्या आएगा, 0, तो दिस इज g, 0 plus होगा या 0 minus होगा वो आपको चेक करना पड़ेगा, बिकॉज यू कैन सी x approaches 1 plus पे this will be a number which is very close to 0 but it will be just greater than 0, ठीक है। this is 0 plus, वैसे भी आप देख सकते हो this is मॉडुलस है, तो मॉडुलस मतलब पॉजिटिव, करेक्ट, इज इक्वल टू g, व्हाट इज f of 1 minus, अब f of 1 minus क्या होगा, 1 कहां पर होगा, पहले तो देखो 1 इस वाले फंक्शन में आएगा, अब 1 माइनस पे भी इसका वैल्यू देखो 0 ही आने वाला है, ठीक है, हाँ 1 माइनस पे इसका वैल्यू क्या होगा, 0, करेक्ट। अब वो भी 0 प्लस होगा बिकॉज अगेन दिस इज अ पॉजिटिव वैल्यू, दिस इज 0 प्लस, एंड व्हाट इज दिस, दिस इज g f of 1, f of 1 को 0 1 पुट करोगे तो यहाँ पे क्या हो गया, 0। नाउ व्हाट इज g 0 प्लस, g 0 प्लस को ध्यान से देखो, व्हाट इज g 0 प्लस, 0 प्लस इसमें पुट करोगे तो दिस विल बिकम 1, करेक्ट, एंड प्लस प्लस, तो दिस इज 1 प्लस b, 0 प्लस पे आपको ये फंक्शन लेना पड़ेगा g के लिए, एंड व्हाट इज दिस, दिस इज 0 1 प्लस b, व्हाट इज g 0 ध्यान से देखो, दिस इज 1 प्लस b, g0 देख लो, दिस इज 1 प्लस b, मतलब ये वाला कंडीशन तो मतलब 1 पे तो ये ऑटोमेटिकली कंटिन्यूस है, आप देख लो दोनों बराबर आ गए, ठीक है। तो 1 पे तो हमने चेक कर लिया, नाउ वी विल चेक एट -1, ठीक है। तो 1 से तो आपको b का वैल्यू नहीं मिला, दिस इज कंटिन्यूअस एट x इक्वल टू 1, ये सेटिस्फाइड है। नाउ वी विल मेक दिस फंक्शन कंटिन्यूअस एट -1, ठीक है। तो नाउ सी क्या करोगे, व्हाट इज लेफ्ट हैंड लिमिट, g f of -1 plus this should be equal to g f of -1 minus this should be equal to g f of -1. Clear? So now see what is -1 plus. अब -1 कहां पर होगा, -1 will be here, ये देखो x लेस देन 0 का f में -1 यहाँ पर है, ठीक है। ध्यान से देखना, if you have this -1, ठीक है, व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ -1 प्लस, -1 प्लस का मतलब है आप यहाँ पे कोई वैल्यू पुट कर रहे हो, -1 से ऊपर वैल्यू पुट कर रहे हो। जैसे आपने -1 से इधर राइट में वैल्यू पुट किया, दिस विल बी अ पॉजिटिव नंबर, मतलब दिस विल बी g0 प्लस, करेक्ट, दिस इज इक्वल टू, अब -1 माइनस पुट करोगे तो आप ध्यान से देखो, -1 माइनस मतलब आप इस साइड की वैल्यू पुट कर रहे हो, -1 से छोटा, ठीक है, -1 से लेफ्ट साइड का, मतलब ये जो वैल्यू होगा दैट विल बी अ नेगेटिव वैल्यू, -1 पुट करोगे 0 आएगा, बट दैट विल बी 0 माइनस नेगेटिव वैल्यू, सो दिस इज g0 माइनस, एंड व्हाट इज दिस g, व्हाट इज f ऑफ -1, f ऑफ -1 पुट करोगे तो वो तो 0 है ही, करेक्ट। नाउ व्हाट इज g0 प्लस, अब g0 प्लस देखो, व्हाट इज g0 प्लस, दिस इज g0 प्लस, अब 0 प्लस पुट करोगे इसके अंदर तो क्या मिलेगा आपको, 0 प्लस यहाँ से आएगा, g में 0 प्लस मतलब दिस इज जस्ट ग्रेटर देन 0, तो वो क्या मिलेगा, दिस इज 1 प्लस b, दिस इज 1 प्लस b, ये तो हमने भी फाइंड भी किया था, ये देखो इधर भी फाइंड किया था। व्हाट इज g0 माइनस, अब g0 माइनस देखो यहाँ से आपको मिलेगा, g0 माइनस पे व्हाट इज द वैल्यू, दिस इज इक्वल टू 1, दिस इज 1, एंड व्हाट इज g0, वो तो आप देख सकते हो, g0 इज b प्लस 1, so you can clearly see what is the value of b, b is equal to 0, correct. I hope this is clear, visible है, this is b is equal to 0. Now we have got b is equal to 0, we have got a is equal to 1, so what is a plus b, a plus b is equal to 1. I hope this is clear. This was a real complex question, थोड़ा सा इसमें tricky part था, otherwise तो that is one, another way is you define g of fx function and then you solve this function, ठीक है। बट अगर आप थोड़ा लॉजिकली समझने की कोशिश करो तो gx फंक्शन, g ऑफ fx के लिए आपको सिर्फ g को कंटीन्यूअस बनाना है किस पॉइंट पे, जहां पे fx 0 है, बिकॉज दिस फंक्शन gx इज मे बी डिसकंटीन्यूअस एट ओनली द पॉइंट जहां पे फंक्शन इज चेंजिंग इट्स डेफिनेशन। तो fx इक्वल टू 0 के करस्पॉन्डिंग वी हैव 2 पॉइंट्स, हमने चेक किया, 1 पे हमने -1, दोनों पे फंक्शन को कंटीन्यूअस बनाया एंड अकॉर्डिंगली वी सॉल्व इट, ठीक है। सो आई होप दिस इज क्लियर, ठीक है। सो आई होप यू हैव अंडरस्टूड ऑल दीज क्वेश्चंस, कैसे आपने कंटिन्यूटी के क्वेश्चन सॉल्व किए। नेक्स्ट वीडियो में विल सॉल्व द क्वेश्चंस ऑन कंटिन्यूटी एंड डिफरेंशिएबिलिटी, कुछ डिफरेंशिएबिलिटी के क्वेश्चंस हम करेंगे नेक्स्ट सेशन में, ओके। सो दैट्स इट फॉर नाउ, थैंक यू।